All right, here's the fertility update. First one of the new year. I'm in my fertile window right now. And I've started using the Clear Blue ovulation tracker things this month because I was curious the difference between that and the pre-moms that I was using before, which I've been using all along, basically. I stopped using the KEGG monitor thing like probably August or so. I just didn't like it. So I haven't had that, but I've been using the Pre-Mom LH basically since then to track ovulation and stuff. And the KEGG was like a cervical mucus reader thing. The Pre-Mom is just testing LH. The Clear Blue, I believe, is testing LH and estrogen to determine when you ovulate. Is testing two things. I know it's LH and one other thing. I think it's estrogen. But anyway, my frustration with the Clear Blue is that the app only lets you set your cycle up to 32 days as a length. Mine have been consistently 36. And so that's irritating because it's kind of skewing the predictions because it's expecting me to have, 4 less days of a cycle window. And so it's predicting my ovulation sooner, it's predicting my period sooner than the other apps are, where I can set it for the length that it is. So that's a little bit annoying, but this is the first time I'm using it, so I think that once it has data to pull from, it will adjust based on the algorithm it's creating for my cycle, but obviously that'll take a few cycles to do that. I like it though so far. It's interesting though because I've been testing with the pre-moms and I've been getting very low readings, but I'm testing with the Clear Blue in the same P and the same everything at the same time, and I'm getting the flashing face, which is a high fertility day, which it's I guess it makes sense because with the LA, the pre-moms, I'm in the window right now, so I guess, but it just seems interesting that one is on the low side and one is telling me, so I don't know what the gradient is for what they're calling a peak fertility day. So it's just interesting that one thing's no, it's low, and the other thing's you're in the window, so we'll see what happens if I get the ovulation, the dark, 2-line LH, if it lines up with when the pre-mom is saying I'm also ovulating, so, or the Clear Blue. So we'll see. It's interesting to switch. I like the Clear Blue tests better, but I like the Pre-Mom app better, so we'll see how it goes. Right now we're aiming for, I think, tomorrow. He and I will connect, and maybe once more after. I haven't decided. I'm kind of feeling blah about it all. Yeah, part of me is just I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of tracking it. I'm tired of doing this. I just want to quit and go back to how things were before and whatever, let it go. But also I'm I really want to have a child and have experience pregnancy and experience birth. I really want all of those things. So I'm in this weird place where I'm getting tired of doing all this shit. I just want to get to the end goal, It's probably ADHD related, where I'm just okay, my hyperfixation on this is running out. I don't want to do it anymore, but also I still want the thing that I'm trying to get. So, yeah. It's just hard because it's I get inside my head and I'm is something wrong with me? It feels we're doing everything at the right time. Everything's lining up. It's just we got him tested. We know his things work, his swimmers are fine. And so, I'm just what is it me? Is something on my side? Is it because I have longer cycles? Is it, I just start to spiral around it. And I'm maybe I should just quit. And my struggle is okay, say I decide to try 12 times. What happens if it works on the 13th? There's always going to be that at the end. On the other side of it is okay, so now that I did it 40 times, what if it takes 41 and I've decided my cutoff is 40, There's always going to be that, what if he did it one more time? thing. I mean, my donor and I have agreed to 12 months before we check in and negotiate about it again. So it's like, I'm just going to see that through. That gets me through June. I just have to trust that it's going to happen. It's just like when you're in the middle of it and it's not happening, it just kind of feels like it's not ever going to happen. It just feels easier to be like, well, didn't work. You know? And like there's just so many more added layers to it where it's like, I want to get back on testosterone. I want to feel like good about myself again. Like, so there's that added layer of like, I want to be back feeling like how I normally feel. I don't feel that dramatically different, but it's like it's the weight redistribution, and I can feel the like softness in my face. I don't know how to describe it, but like I don't have quite as hard of a face anymore. It's very soft and feminine, where it's supposed to be chiseled. Again, estrogen. So, you know, as I'm like nearing up on 1 year without testosterone, you know, my body is really kind of back to its old shit at this point. And it is challenging. And again, it's like I've said before, I just want this to all be worth it. Like, I just want it to be worth it in the end. I don't want to like go through all this for nothing, you know? So that's what keeps me pushing forward, because I'm like, well, if I just give up now, then I've just gone through all this for nothing. I just quit. You know, I can't quit. I got to see it through. But like, man, being in the middle of it just feels like, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to work? And it's probably not the best mindset to go into this cycle being like, is this shit ever going to work? Like, positive. I got to think positively, but I'm also just like, is it ever going to happen? So anyway, that's my challenging mental state of the day. Kyle and I are planning to meet up tomorrow. I'm expecting to see peak tomorrow or Thursday with both of these. My one app's predicting Wednesday, one app's predicting Thursday. So we'll see which one comes through. And you know, so may or may not double up. If we do it Wednesday, maybe we'll try and get them again on Friday, if that'll be like the day after ovulation. But we'll see, won't we? We'll see. So anyway, it's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. I have to trust. But my nature is like, I want to control the outcomes of things. I want to know what's gonna happen. I want to know what to expect. And there's so much unexpected in this process. That's what I've learned. I so naively a year ago was like, my cycle will come back and we'll start trying. It'll happen in a few months and everything will be lovely and great. And here we are. Still wanting it. Not getting it. So, all right, that's it for now. I gotta go work, but stay tuned.